What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Robski, and I know I've been away for quite some time. I've been very busy with baseball and other endeavors that I've been doing. I read this book a couple weeks ago, and it's amazing how controversial this is, even though this individual really wasn't obscene, wasn't really, didn't really swear that much, if at all. But yeah, he's considered really controversial. And I was really hesitant to do a book review on this because I don't like going with the mainstream media. It doesn't matter what political spectrum it's on, but I don't want to like be on the bandwagon. But I was literally reading this book when this young man died and got brutally assassinated. So I'm going to do a book review, and then I'm going to do my comments on the situation, throw in my 2 cents in the YouTube universe. But I am doing a book review on The College Scam by Charlie Kirk. Okay? Now, again, I was reading this book. I picked this book up a couple weeks ago, so I literally picked this up a week before he died, and I was reading it. I picked it up at the library here in Eagle, and I remember I was reading it, and I literally got a Discord message from one of my softball teammates saying that he was assassinated. So again, I'm going to do the book review, and I'm going to finally throw in my 2 cents on the situation. So Charlie Kirk, College Scam. This book clocks in total, it's about 277 pages, but the last part has to do with the notes. I really liked how he did this. He did this, if you can see here, he takes college like he would in a court trial, and he basically indicts college and explains through 10 basic counts why it is a scam. Now, I do have a direct connection to this because I do have a bachelor's degree, and I want to make it clear the experience that I experienced in college, the good, the bad, the ugly, that was great. It was once in a lifetime. I had overall a pretty good college experience. I was able to easily get into a fraternity. I even played a little bit of NCAA Division III football and baseball. So I did a lot of things, but the problems came after I graduated. I graduated from the University of Idaho in 2008, and I mean, I hate to say this, but I agree with the premise of this book. So, first count, colleges and universities are running a scam, okay? So he goes into basically big education, and he goes to actually where your money goes, okay? Now, let's think of this logically. 2020 happened, and you can see what the schools and the universities did to try to mitigate us not being back there. But there's certain industries that didn't change because they had to keep going. Like, for example, trucking. People still needed their goods, okay? The economy still had to keep going. So one of the reasons why I think college is a scam is because I was blatantly told that I would be making $55,000 out of the gate with a bachelor's degree, and that was back in 2003. So that was $2,003, and that never happened. It never happened. So the first chapter, he goes over big education in general. For example, the textbooks are a scam within a scam. No one in their right mind will pay $300 to $400 for a book that they never use again, and that no one will buy again. So that's count one. Count two, the college education is ridiculously overpriced. 100% agree. If I had $100,000 in my pocket, I'm not going to go pay for school. Okay, I'm just not. I'm going to go pay for an asset, something that's going to make me money. I'm going to go buy a house. I mean, it'd be even better if you bought a really expensive car. Okay, at least you still get something. I remember being in high school, and all I wanted to do was play ball. And I didn't understand, the difference between high school and college is you don't pay for it in high school. And now, with the power of the internet, you can pretty much teach yourself anything. I mean, I've taken high school and college courses off Khan Academy. Certain universities offer their school online for free. It'd just be better to pay like $50 for the internet than going for a worthless degree. Universities have become insanely rich at student and taxpayers' expense. 100% agree. Keep in mind, though, it's not most professors aren't making the big cheese. It's not the professors that are making all the money. It's the administrators, the people at the very top. It kind of runs like a Ponzi scheme. So that's true. College ruins the ability to think and reason. I don't agree with that premise. Your ability to think and reason is up to you. It has nothing to do with college. It can help or hinder, but I don't agree with the fifth count of the chapter. College indoctrinates students and represses free speech. Now, when I was in college, I didn't come up with any of those issues because I was playing ball, okay? So I was playing ball. I wasn't going to any political debates. I wasn't going to any, agendas that had either a right wing, left wing, whatever. I wasn't going to any of that. I was playing ball. I was in a fraternity. I try to keep it simple. I still do to this day try to keep it simple in my life. So, count number 6, college indoctrinates students and represses free speech. They can't, I kind of agree with that, but I don't, because they can't override the laws you get in this country. So, in general, like, for example, if you have a different opinion than someone, you say your professor, then yeah, they might be able to give you a bad grade, but they can't do anything about you speaking your mind. That's universal. Colleges and universities have become infiltrated and subversive foreign groups. That may or may not be true. I don't necessarily agree with Charlie on that. I mean, he probably had more data than I did. I didn't experience anything like that. I mean, I know that we've had there were certain foreign groups, but that they didn't, they just kind of did their own thing. They didn't bother me. I didn't bother them. So I don't know if I agree with that one. Colleges and universities have unleashed waves of woke at anti-American activists. I don't necessarily think it's college's fault. Yes, they do lean left, but I don't think that, I think that's going to happen no matter what, so I don't necessarily agree with that. And count 10, many professors are leftist radicals bent on indoctrinating students. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think they're leftist radicals, but I do know they tend to vote left, and I don't necessarily think they want to indoctrinate you, but they do want to kind of persuade you. So, overall, what do I give this book? This is a solid book. It's got solid numbers. It's got good thinking points, and it also has good alternatives to college, okay? Now, with that being said, I'm not agreeing with a lot of things Charlie Kirk said or did with his career/life. So this has nothing to do with identity politics or abortion or anything like that. This strictly has to do with other better alternatives to college. For example, Charlie Kirk says join the military, learn a trade. Those are way more beneficial than most degrees, okay? I want to say this too, even with STEM degrees that have been like the huge buzzword, it doesn't guarantee you success. And there's a high probability that you'll go in debt, especially if you go into med school. I know this one story of a person who went to med school and now they're $500,000 in debt. They didn't graduate, so they don't get the doctor job. So this is why we're having this student loan problem in this country. This is why there's such that big divide when the Republicans are saying you have to pay back your student loans, and the Democrats were like, well, we're going to help you, but they never did. So basically, long story short, no one really cares about you after you get out of education. After that, it's all you. You have to provide value. And the reason why it makes college a scam is you don't need a piece of paper to provide value. You learn a skill or a trade, you can make a lot of money without the debt. So that's what Charlie Kirk is saying, and I agree with that 100%. I don't judge people by their education. I know very smart people that are in, that could be plumbers, janitors. It doesn't, like, those things are just a job. They're just a way to make money. But your profession should not define you. It's you that defines you. So that's my take on that. Okay, overall, if I had to grade this out of 10, this gets a 6 it gets a 6. It is a good, solid, quick read. It's better than average. It does have some controversial talking points, but if you can get past that, the data that he gives is sound, and the overall message is correct. The college degree just isn't, in most cases, not worth it for most people. Most people should not be going to college. The reason why, more people in college, more money they get. Now, let's shift gears a little bit. I want to talk about the incident about him getting assassinated, and it's not going to be quite what you think. So first of all, by the way, I do see a lot of promotions here. All these people are Republicans, I believe, or they're conservative. So does he have a bias? Yes, but that's not necessarily bad. Okay, so what I want to mention now is about the incident that happened. The first thing that comes out to me about the shooting is, why in the hell was there not any security? Okay, I don't know if he had security. I just didn't see it. And I don't understand why they didn't take lessons from the attempted Donald Trump assassination. Why is it that this person was able to just go in, take a shot, and then get out? I understand it's a smaller school, Western Utah University or whatever. I don't know exactly what he was speaking at. It doesn't matter. But there should have been better security on that. And I don't know if that's on Charlie. I don't know if that's on his team. He should have realized that he was becoming a big figure, and he was a controversial figure, and not everyone agrees with him, and somebody will want to take him out. So that is really bad and a huge mistake, okay? Secondly, to go on top of that, the guy had a wife and 2 kids. And it's one thing that if you want to be a politician and that's your career, that's your passion. But Charlie had a business when he was 18 years old. And as far as I know, it generated a lot of revenue. So what I'm trying to get at is, it seemed like that he had good money. He had a wife and kids. If you're going to be out there public speaking and you're going to be talking about controversial subjects, you better have really good security. Because I'm actually kind of mad at Charlie. I know this is going to sound, controversial, but I'm actually kind of mad at the guy. I think it was stupid that he was doing something like that without any security. Now, not only did his wife and his kids get to witness a horrific murder, his kids are going to, she's a widow, and they don't have their real father. And this all could have been prevented if they would have had better security. So I don't get it. That's on Charlie. It's like, why are you bringing up these controversial subjects? And, he's seen the videos. He's seen the attempted Trump assassination. Get some security on that. But now his wife and kids get to live, a widow. Now she'll probably find someone else. She's attractive. They're very well connected. So, but it's terrible. Was I upset when this happened? Absolutely. It was absolutely disgusting. It doesn't matter what spectrum you fall in. Everybody has the right to speak and not have to get executed for it, as long as they're not, hurting someone else. I mean, one of the founding principles of this country is free speech. Like, I have free speech right now. I can say whatever I want, even if it's factually not true. I have the right to say it. And you know, nobody should have to have the fear of being executed for speaking their mind. Okay, nobody. But as far as like just practical common knowledge, I really think this incident is really stupid, and it could have been prevented. That's what makes it stupid. Is it really, really could have been prevented, and I just don't understand why they didn't learn from the attempted Trump assassination. You know, there was, like I said, it's like there was high buildings all around, and it was close. He was down in kind of a pit, and I just don't, like, you didn't think that somebody was going to come and snipe there? Like, really? Like, I know, like I said, you're in Utah, and it's a small school, but you're a huge, you know, political figure now, bro. Get some security on that, you know. But it is what it is. He got popped, and now his wife and his kids, you know, they witnessed that horrific thing, and now they get to live without a dad for a while. So that's my take on that. Overall, though, you know, God bless Charlie Kirk. May he rest in peace. He did do some good things. You know, and do I agree with what all he did? No. Do I think that he should have let some topics go? Yes. But however, I do have to say this about him. The guy was an amazing speaker and an amazing debater. If you want to learn how to debate on something, just do. I love his style where he keeps asking questions. He didn't get mad. He actually kind of convinced me on a certain controversial subject. Kind of changed my mind a little bit. But overall, like, as far as his fundamentals of debating and that, he's flawless. He had a lot of courage, you know. Did he win every debate? No. I noticed there was this leftist YouTube channel that just saw him, like, saying, oh, these English kids just destroyed him and wrecked him. And that's not necessarily true. One of the things, some of the stuff with his religious stuff, like coming to Christ and all that, you know, as somebody who else is, you know, falls in the realm of Christianity, I'd agree with that. But you can't really, no matter how well you're vested in Scripture, you're not going to be able to win every argument based on religion. And honestly, I think it's a topic that should be, you know, when you debate something, I think you should go by the realm of our physical world. Like he brings a good point. He talks about how this Earth scientifically is like 1 in a trillion chance it could happen. I mean, everything. There's not one planet in our solar system that can sustain human life like Earth can. Mars is, I guess, is the second closest, but everything here is perfect. The tilt, us not getting invaded by asteroids. He's like, that's evidence of God. I agree 100%, but you can't. But like I said, that doesn't prove that, you know, God exists or Christ died on the cross for you. Because again, when you say that's evidence of God, it includes all religions. Okay, so that doesn't prove anything. It is evidence of God for sure. It doesn't prove that it is. But yeah, I mean, common sense says that, yeah, there's only a creator could create something this perfect like Mother Earth. Like, you know, we can't sustain life as a human species. But here or there, there's a lot of debates like that I don't think he would have won because of that. But at the same time, I agree with a lot. I agree with a lot with this premise of this book. You know, just be smart. Don't ever take out student loans for any reason, not even if it's engineering or STEM. If you're that good, somebody will pay for you to go to school. That's my thoughts. Robski out.